name is Kilee Harmon, General Manager of City Magazine, and today we are visiting with kind of like the new golfing guru here in the Bismarck Mandan area, Brandon Ames. You are the owner of Fairways.
I am.
Say hello, everybody. Wave to the camera. You're on TV.
Hello.
Woo! Excited, huh? Yeah, there you go. So, tell me, how did you get into owning Fairways? Because you used to be an engineer, am I correct?
I still am.
You still are? Okay.
Yeah. I guess it's, I'm probably an entrepreneur at heart. And,
Okay.
when I see a need for something, I like to fulfill that need. I also love to golf, and I love good food.
So you might as well pair the two together.
Yeah, that's
So-
what I did.
So tell me like the beginning steps. Like when did this all start?
Well, I guess this all started really a long time ago when I built my own golfing net out of PVC pipe and a fishing net. And I bought my own range mat and put it down in the floor of my shop, and I'd hit golf balls in my shop. And you can only do that for so long.
Okay.
And then I decided, I'm sure there's a better way to do this. So I started to look around a little bit, and I did see that, people make golf simulators where you can have a driving range in your house. And then from there, I found out you can actually play full golf on golf courses through the simulators. And, but they were far too expensive to put in my home.
Okay.
So I just kind of blew off the idea. And then it was November, and I was in Colorado Springs
November
golfing.
of
2010.
2010. Okay, so last November.
Last November, I was in Colorado Springs golfing,
Okay.
which I couldn't do here. And I realized that every time I go to Colorado Springs and golf, I'm able to just walk on. I don't really have to call ahead for a tee time. And I thought that was odd because in Bismarck, it's difficult to just walk onto a golf course.
Really?
without
So
a
you
tee time.
actually have to call ahead for a tee time and, because I thought that all golf courses were like that, but I obviously don't golf that much.
No, and it's not that there are a tremendous number of golf courses there either. It's just people like to golf here. And, when we have summer, people like to get outside and take advantage of it.
So I assume it's just super busy, so that's why they have to do tee times. Okay.
It is. And so I was actually flying back from Colorado Springs, and I was thinking about that, how I was able to just walk onto the golf course, and I can't do that here. And I decided, we have long, arduous winters, and people love to golf, and we don't have very much time to golf. So I thought I'd provide a way that people could golf year-round and work on their game year-round. And because I know that my problem is if I take an entire winter away from golf, my first month of golfing is a little
Rusty,
to
say the least.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so I just thought, well, why don't I look into opening a golf shop in Bismarck? And I did quite a bit of research on it. And at the same time, I decided I also really like homemade sandwiches.
Okay.
Whenever I traveled to certain places like Sun Valley, Idaho, or whenever I was with my family, we always had I don't know why, but a tremendous amount of sandwich material available, and we always made great sandwiches, and I wish I had that all the time. And so I decided that I would just combine the two ideas and have a sandwich shop and indoor golf simulators.
So here comes Fairways.
Yeah.
Yes. So how long did it take you from, the time where you decided this is what I want to do, to finding a location and getting help with the bank and getting the business plan all written up? Like, how long did it take you?
I found my location in, I guess the first thing I did is I looked into what I considered the 3 top simulator manufacturers in the country.
Okay.
And I flew and visited each one of those manufacturers. And I basically told them, sell me on your most impressive model.
Very cool. Very
I don't
cool.
care what it costs. I just want to
know.
play good golf.
Okay.
And I chose Innovative Golf Systems. They build them in Florida, but their office is in Indianapolis.
Okay.
And they were, I felt, hands down, the most impressive golf simulators.
What made them better than the other ones?
The play, for one. the way the ball reacted. And I play enough golf that I know what the ball should do. It's not that it always does that, but I know what it should do. And so their play was impressive. And then also the number of courses. A lot of simulators, you have 5, maybe 12 courses, and I have over 70.
Oh, wow.
And that was important for me, because if you're going to come and play all the time, like me beating golf balls into a fish net, you can only do that for so long, even
until
if you
you
love
get
golf.
bored, and then you
Right.
want something new, a new challenge.
And so that was big for me as well, that they offered so many golf courses. And they were just a phenomenal company to work with. I was very impressed with them. So I chose Innovative Golf, and then I knew I needed a site. And I worked with a friend of mine in town, Skip Doomland. He helped me find the site for Fairways. And I actually was able to get into that pretty quickly. So that really didn't take long. That only puts me into December, and I wrote my business plan, and I basically in January I purchased the simulators and started to pick out all the furniture and decor and everything.
Okay.
And by March 1st, we would have done it sooner if we could have, but we had to wait until March 1st to start demolition at Fairways. And
Oh, okay. So, because you took basically what used to be the old Papa Murphy, Papa John's, and then a video store location down south on Washington.
Right.
And the one that's like right next to Runnings and across from like the Taco Bell area.
That's right. Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, so so you started demolition in March. When did you guys actually open up?
We opened in May.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then the flood hit.
And then the flood hit. So we were open for, well, I did a soft opening for friends and family and invites only, and people who came in and gave us their opinion. And of course, I had the simulators built in March before I was done building the shop, because I was dying to play them.
You just wanted to play with them.
They were by far the coolest toy I've ever bought in my life.
So it's one of those things, you're going to buy a business to play a game. That's awesome. No, just kidding. Just teasing.
Pretty much.
Pretty much is how it worked out, but okay.
Yeah. And so, I had friends and people would come in there late at night, and we would play golf at night when this shop wasn't even open yet. That was a lot of fun, but it helped me market as well.
Okay.
And I guess what I call guerrilla marketing, and they'd go around and tell their friends. And
exactly.
So we did that. We were doing that in March, but I wasn't really open until May. And then we moved everything out for the flood, and that was tough.
Because you guys would have been in the floodplain. If the dikes didn't hold, you guys would have been underwater too.
Yeah, and I was not going to take that chance with the simulators.
I agree.
Or the furniture. We tried to do a really good job when we decorated in there. We used high quality materials and chairs and tables and couches, and we wanted it to feel like your basement. I don't want it to feel like a restaurant when you walk in there.
Oh, that was the motivation, because it is really cozy in there. All the decor is very cute. I love the chairs because they have like the little in the back, the cutout with the green and the flag and the little golf ball, and I just think it's so cool.
Yeah, well, I had a tremendous amount of help picking all that stuff out, because I'm not a
Let me guess, a woman?
Decorator. A couple of them.
A couple of women. Okay, yeah. I figured that one. So then the flood came about, and then how badly were you guys affected by that?
Well, all of our food spoiled. We had to get rid of all of our food and basically start over. And that was tough, because I wanted to be open. My goal was to be open for the beginning of golf season, so people could come in, high schools, colleges, anybody who wanted to get ready for golf season. Mm-hmm. And I almost, would have been there, but,
So when did you guys kind of reopen? Let's put it that way, I guess.
In June.
In June, okay.
Yeah, end of June.
Now, how's it been going since the reopening?
Good. It's a new business. It's not my first,
go around
with opening a business, and so things are going, I think, as expected. The sandwich shop, Sand Wedges, is probably more popular than I thought it would be. I thought I was going to be a golf shop that offered some sandwiches on the side, but the roles were totally reversed. And we have people catering. We deliver to businesses now. We have birthday parties in there. It's really been very popular.
So now when it comes to your sand wedges, where do you get the recipes from? Are they ones that, like you said, your family loves sandwiches, so is that where they came from, or how are you guys just concocting them?
Yeah, we just made them up.
just made them up yourself.
Well, the beautiful thing is you make your own sandwich. So you come in there and you choose which bread you want. You know, we have multigrains and sourdoughs and cranberry bread and croissants and we have a lot of different breads. And so we you come in, you choose your own bread, and then you choose your own meats and cheeses and spinach or lettuce, and then any toppings. We have a tremendous number of toppings. And the thing that's special about Fairways, or sandwiches, I guess, is we at least once a day, sometimes even twice a day, we fresh slice all of our produce, all of our meat, everything. It's very fresh. And that was important for me. You can't have a good sandwich without good materials, and that's all I cared about. And it's proven to work.
Well, exactly. I mean, if you put the quality, I mean, it's going to be a quality sandwich. It's going to taste good, so people are going to come back. Now, do you guys offer like anything else, or is it basically sandwiches and chips and pops and stuff like that?
We do. We have the sandwiches and chips, and we do have a lot of drinks. We have iced teas and waters and juices, and we try to offer a lot of different drinks, almost like as if you're at a golf course. Mm-hmm. And then we also have pasta salads that we change out about every 3 to 5 days. We get new pasta salads in, and then we have a new soup every day.
Oh, very nice, very nice. So now let's go back into the simulators here, because obviously the summer is done, golfing season's done. So now I would think would almost be your busier time, because like you said earlier, during the summer people want to be outside playing golf. Now they can't be, and so now they need their practice. So how has that been going with the golf simulators?
It's been going well. It's new for me, so we worked out a few kinks in the simulators, as we've come along. But now that it's colder, we've had a number of people form their own leagues, and that's a lot of fun for them. We choose which golf courses they'll play and which conditions they will play in, because in the golf simulators I can choose clouds, I can choose clear, I can choose how much wind I want, I can choose how much rain I want, I can choose what time of day you play.
Oh, for cool.
I can choose how difficult the pin placement is, I can choose which tees you play from, I can choose how hard the ground is. If it's a hot, windy day, I can make the fairways hard and the greens fast. I chose all that for the leagues. And so that way you get a large variety. You don't have to play the same course in the same conditions every day. And that's been a lot of fun because we do have a beer license as well. And so people have been able to come in, 7 or 8 of them, and play golf and compete against each other and, have some drinks and eat some food. And it's been a great environment.
It is like an indoor golf course is really what it is.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted it to feel like you're in your basement with your friends playing golf.
So now, these golf leagues, when did they start, and can anybody just join up for another golf league, or? Yeah,
originally we had a lot of people, individuals, sign up. But what happened is people wanted to play with their friends or coworkers, people who they already play with already, during the summer. And so people ended up forming their own leagues. And I think next year, by that I mean next spring, I'm going to work on trying to have just an individual league where people can sign up and just play with a group of strangers if they want to.
Okay.
But we started leagues a few weeks ago, and that's gone really well. But people, if they want to start one now, I already have the courses picked out and everything, and they can start one. And we have challenges when they play, like a long drive contest, and they can win a prize, or a closest to the pin and they can win a prize, and we keep track of their point system for them, and we run the whole thing for them with prizes and everything, and all you have to do is come in with some friends and we'll set you up.
Oh, very fun. So now, do you have like a set time when the leagues are done so that the one team can take the grand prize, or how does that work?
The one that we did this year, we wanted to finish before Christmas and not have to worry about it over the Christmas holiday. So we have 6 courses, and so it's over 6 weeks. But, if people want to carry it over through Christmas, we don't mind. And then I'm planning on next spring restarting the leagues right before golf season starts, so that people can get, back into golfing again.
Back into the swing of things. No pun intended. So now, do you think Pebble Creek offers much competition for you?
I think that the pie is big enough for all of us. I'm not really worried about that. We offer different things. If you want to come and play golf and play a full course, you can. We do have driving ranges if you want to come just work on your game. One thing that people have done on our simulators and that I think is a little bit advantageous over, say, Pebble Creek is, we have a full driving range. So if you want to bring in two different drivers or different clubs and compare them to each other, every time you hit the ball on one of our simulators, you get shot data that is repeated back to you. So you know how hard you hit it, how far it flew, its launch angle, all these different things, spin rates. I still go to Pebble Creek and hit balls with my boys. It's fun to do. So I think we offer two slightly different things.
So now that was another question of mine. People bring their own golf clubs and golf balls when they come to play on the simulators?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
We do have a couple rental sets, a men's and women's rental set if you forget yours or you've flown in from out of town or something and don't have your clubs. But that's what's nice about these particular simulators is some simulators require that you use a special ball or special marks on the ball. And the ones that we have, you can use your favorite golf ball, which if you're an avid golfer, that matters to you.
That's a big thing because, you're used to the equipment that you have and you want to rehearse or practice with the equipment you have.
And that was important to me. That's one of the reasons I chose the simulators I did. You can bring in, and I've played the same ball almost my whole life. And if I see something different, it throws me off a little bit. And so I wanted to be able to continue to play that ball, and you can at Fairways.
So now, how many simulators do you have?
We have two right now. And we have room and we're wired and everything for a third. And then we have plans to expand. So
now how are you looking to expand and when do you think you'll expand?
I guess we'll have to see when we expand and we'll see how this spring goes. I feel like this spring with the schools and everybody wanting to get out of hunting season and warmed up for golf will be pretty busy. As is right now, it's getting tougher to walk in and play because you never know. On a cold day like this, we could be booked out all day long. Some days it's a little slower, but we offer online tee times. If you want to look ahead and see who's going to be there, you can book your own tee time. You can pay online, and you don't have to. You'll be there, and you'll have that slot. And we really encourage that right now because it is getting busier.
So, what website is that?
It's Fairways365.com.
How did you come up with that website name, Fairways 365? Oh, 365 days a year. Wow. I just put that together in my head. Pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so now people can go online and they can book their own tee times. And so would you guys expand to the east or more to the north? Or what are you guys thinking?
We'll have to see what happens. If something like that happens, that'd be great. If we need to move to another place, we're willing to do that as well. But we'll see.
So now you had a very difficult year with the flood, opening up a business, but what else would you say are some of the top three biggest challenges for any new entrepreneur when they want to open up a business?
I would say one of the number one challenges is just, especially let's say on the sandwich side, is getting your name out there and getting people to think, I'm hungry, what do I want to eat? And have Fairways pop into their mind. That's a real challenge. And that's, an area that I'm not all that familiar with. I am a engineer and a water guy, and I mostly have dealt with construction and engineering, and so that's really different for me. The other challenge, I think, is taking what sometimes an entrepreneur or a new business, they are so focused on what they think or on what they like that they don't stop to listen what the public likes. And so they push and push and push and try to offer what they think they like
versus what the public would want.
The public wants. And we've tried to be flexible in that area. There are a lot of things that I swore would be one way, and we've had to be willing to change. The other thing is funding. A lot of times you get just enough funding to hang yourself. It's no lie that over 80% of the businesses fail in the first 2 years, and that's why they get just enough funding to
hang themselves,
get started and hang yourself.
And if the cash flow isn't there, that just doesn't
Yeah.
equate to a good scenario. So now going back to that aspect about offering what the public wants and listening to the public, that's marketing 101, is finding out who your target audience is and what they want and providing it for them at a price that they are willing to pay for. So you said, you had a change. So what were some of the things that you thought were going to be like dead winners that turned out to be flops and that you had to readjust?
Well, I think when I first started, I actually was not going to have any alcohol. I wanted it to be really family friendly, kids to be able to come in there and play and everything. And then I realized that was probably not a good idea. People play golf, they want to be able
That's where
to
the
have
money
some
is.
Another thing is, like I said, I really envisioned that the golf simulators would be the big push and that we would just make sandwiches for people playing golf. And that turned out to be completely different. We had to add tables and chairs, and we had to really kind of expand what I envisioned our kitchen would be to what it is now.
Okay.
Just to keep up with the sandwiches and everything. So that's really impressed me. And that when that changed, I realized I needed to change my marketing and my advertising more towards sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
People seem to know about the golf simulators. They seem to know where they can go if they want to play golf.
Mm-hmm.
But the sandwiches, like that was new for me anyways. And that turned out to be, I really had to change my perspective, and to the point where I, patented the sandwich name throughout the country, and then the Fairways name as well. And that's one thing too that people might not realize, but I have a gentleman in Georgia right now trying to open a Fairways, and we've been in Colorado Springs looking at places for a Fairways, and people have come here from other states and they like it so much they want to open their own.
And so they're thinking, so you're thinking to start offering franchises almost. Right.
Yeah. I wouldn't say officially as a franchise, and that's the beautiful thing about being the sole owner of it. I can do whatever I want.
Yep.
But there are a lot of options for that. And I'm surprised the number of calls and inquiries I've had on that side. So I'm, that forced me to push and patent everything and make sure that I'm covered, throughout the country. And so that was another thing that I hadn't planned on. I thought I'd just open a Fairways here
and then just be awesome here type thing.
Yeah.
So now tell me, with all of sand wedges, what is your favorite that you guys serve?
I make a different one every day because, you can put whatever you want on it. But I think, I don't know, I change. I go through different times where I guess right now I like using the wild cranberry bread with turkey and Swiss, and then I put lettuce and assorted peppers on it, a few banana peppers, tomatoes, and then we make our own Southwest sauce, and that's excellent. We just made our own recipe for that. The general manager there did, and so I use that all the time with some honey mustard.
Oh, very good. Now you made me very, very hungry.
Me too.
Yeah, I think it's almost time to go eat. So with that, where can people find you, and how do they call you if they want you to do the catering? Kind of talk a little bit about that catering aspect.
You can just call Fairways, the office number at 751 4033.
4033. Super easy to remember.
And you can call there and just let us know how many sandwiches you would like, and we can make them for you and deliver. So that's the easiest way to do that. You can find us on 625 South Washington, like you mentioned, just west of Runnings.
Okay.
And if you want to learn, we have a pretty good website, so fairways365.com, and you can get on there and learn about how to, book parties. We do have pros set up that will offer lessons if you want to come in and take lessons over the winter, and they're ready to do that. And so you can book a lesson with a pro online.
Oh, very cool.
And we are working on getting camera equipment as well that you can film yourself golfing and watch it on the screen. And
so you can see your angles, your hip movements, all the body movements, make sure that you're right in line.
Yeah, and we're adding that soon too, and you can do that online. So you can pretty much learn about everything you need to on our website.
Very cool. Well, congratulations to you. I always love hearing like a brand new business story and it being successful. And again, unfortunately, It's just this year was just a phenomenon with the flood and everything. But I hope things go better for you throughout the winter and into next spring, which I'm sure they will. And everyone, make sure you head to Fairways at 365.com to book a tea time and see your food and book your party, because I know this is airing after Christmas, but you can still book a holiday party in January, maybe.
Sure.
Something like that. And make sure, everybody, you head to thecitymag.com where you can watch past episodes of City Chat with City Magazine and pick up this December holiday issue. It's a very good one. Thank you, everyone.